Hi, I'm Ellie. I'm 16 years old. Why am I making this video? Well, I have some big beans to spill, and I just wanted to make sure that you heard it from me and not somebody else. I only feel it fair to you that I'm the one who tells you, instead of somebody who just... Have you ever played the game Telephone? That one where you just tell somebody a word and then they tell it to other people and it goes in a circle? And by the time it goes through the circle, it's something completely different. Yeah, I didn't want that to happen, so I come up with all these great speeches in my head, and then when I try to talk, it just doesn't come out the way that I want it to, so bear with me. Okay, so when I was in elementary school, and before I was in elementary school, my family was Christian, but we didn't really go to church very much at all. Unless it was like a holiday or something. Which is understandable considering that me and my brother were really annoying toddlers. But I kind of still wish we would have gone a little bit more, at least. So I knew who Jesus was, but I really had no idea what his personality was like. I didn't have a relationship with him or anything. And up until middle school, I didn't really care about God that much. I mean, I knew who he was, but I didn't love him. I didn't really revisit the idea of having a relationship with him until I was in middle school, and at that time I was like really dramatic and I got upset over things that were really stupid. I don't know, I got to this really low point during 6th grade, which is kind of weird. But the more that I look at it, I mean, I'm kind of glad that it happened then, so that it wouldn't have happened now, because if that was where I was in my teen years, it might have been a lot worse. My mom, she struggled a lot prior to, and she just started going to church again when I was in 6th grade, and she made me and my brother go with her, and I didn't want to go at first because I thought it was stupid and boring. And for a while there, I just kind of dealt with it. But then I don't remember exactly when it was, but I actually started listening to what the pastor was saying. And I don't really know what happened, but I progressively started caring more about good morals, and I started caring more about Jesus, and I wanted to know who he was. I was still pretty secular up until maybe freshman year. I mean, I was growing, but I was still kind of stuck back in where I was before. I was still being haunted, I guess, by the things that I had done when I was in 6th grade in that low point. And I didn't really get over it until just recently, but that's only because he helped me out. I've just been growing and growing and growing in God for the last few years, and I don't think I'll ever stop growing. He's God, and we don't really know that much about him. It's kind of hard to. I mean, you have the Bible and stuff, but sometimes you don't understand what it says, and you're just really confused, and bad stuff happens, and you get confused, and things like that. At this point in my life, I feel like I know him a whole lot better than I did, and I hope I can continue to learn more about him, and the way that I've seen him. I just can't help but love him. He's so awesome. That's the real thing that I wanted to lead up to, though. I mean, those beans that I was talking about. Uh, I want to get baptized. That might be a little confusing because I've been baptized once when I was a baby, but it'll be different because now I've made my decision. It's me making my choice, and I know who he is now. And I want to get baptized because I love him. My family is kind of split between two different churches, and the church that I was baptized in as a baby is I want to switch to the other one. The thing is, I don't want you to think that it's a matter of this church wins and this church loses. That's not why I want to get baptized. We're all Christians, right? All of us kind of church jump a little bit, and when we find the one that, seems to speak to us more, that's kind of what we want to stick with, right? And I've been doing that for a while now. I do consider myself a Christian. I want to get baptized so I can let you know that that's really where my heart is. I really love him. I want to get baptized so I can bury my old, selfish, dumb self that was there before. And I want to let go of the things that I've done and come up out of the water a solid servant of God. I want to commit my life to him. I want to get baptized to let you know that something in me has changed for the better. And I want you to be happy that I met Jesus. I want you to be happy that I love him. I think that if you yourself are a Christian, it's not going to matter to you what church I'm in as long as I love Jesus. The traditions and stuff made by man, they really don't hold a whole lot of meaning. I mean, they were inspired by God, but they shouldn't be above God, you know? I originally planned to be baptized when I turned 18 because then I thought that hopefully my family wouldn't, feel so bad about it because I'm legally an adult. But the more I thought about it, I was certain that I should get baptized sooner. I want to get baptized on my 17th birthday now because I feel that I shouldn't put my family's wishes over the request of my God. I want to show you that I love God more than the opinions of my family. I still love my family, regardless of what church that either of us go to. I love both sides. I couldn't have asked for a better family. He gave me the perfect family to grow up with and live with. I wouldn't trade them for any other family in the world. And even though I'm switching churches, that doesn't mean I love any of you any less. Excuse me. Our love for each other shouldn't be defined by what church we go to. As long as we all agree that Jesus is fantastic, that he's worth it. What denomination of Christianity we're a part of shouldn't make any difference. I just hope that when you see this, you don't get mad at me because I'm switching churches. Because I told you that's not really the big reason why I want to get baptized. The reason that I want to get baptized is so I can bury who I was and come out of the water as somebody who's committed to Jesus. Because I want to live for him. I want to do what he asked me to. I want to tie myself completely to him. I don't want to leave him out of any part of my life. And if you yourself love him, then you should understand that. So, I'm sorry I got all emotional on you. I invite you to figure out who Jesus is for yourself instead of basing him on stereotypes. Because there's really a lot more to him than you know, than I know, than any of us know. All I know for certain is that I love him, and he's worth it, even though life sucks sometimes. So, that's all I'm gonna say for now. I might talk about this later if anybody's curious, but that's really what I wanted to say. So, if you sat through this whole thing, thanks.